Hey everybody, and welcome to my very first battle of my 18-hour Pokemon Battle Revolution Marathon. And yeah, this is the Austin Pass. I am facing Mirko here. Austin was the first pass that I revealed on YouTube, and so I figured it would be fitting to use Austin's pass first here as well. I'm not going to go in order with all of my passes, just because, you know, I like switching it up. But I figured Austin would be a nice start, because his pass is actually one of my favorites too. But here, looking at Mirko's team, I noticed that Typhlosion, Mewtwo, and Lugia were the only three with items, so I was prepared to see them. And I didn't select Rapidash here, and I am gonna be flipping out later because I figured, I was thinking that he would actually be one of the better choices here, considering Mewtwo is so fast, and Mewtwo is probably going to be the biggest threat against my team. And sure enough, there is Mewtwo and Typhlosion, two of the threats that I thought I would see, if not first, then later on in the battle. But I did send out Aerodactyl and Sunflora first, which is what I absolutely, definitely wanted to do. I didn't, replace Rapidash for either of them. They were definitely going to take part in this battle themselves. Because every time Sunflora is out, of course Aerodactyl is going to have to come out too to set up Sunny Day and make Sunflora a viable threat to my opponents. But here I was really worried about Mewtwo being faster than Aerodactyl. I didn't know what to expect, and since Aerodactyl is actually really frail and doesn't have a Focus Sash, I figured that like a Thunderbolt or something could take him out. So I was just taking my time here and yeah, trying to pick my moves. This was also the first battle that I had in a long time. This is the first battle that I had, period, when I returned back to PBR, when I was recording all these matches. So this round just takes forever. Fortunately, Aerodactyl is faster than everything on the field. That's a good thing, but I figured he would be out this turn, if not by an attack from Mewtwo, then by an attack by Typhlosion, because most Typhlosions, as you can see, have Eruption. That's just something that I've come to expect from them.
Taken down by an intense attack.
Typically when I use Endeavor on the first turn, it doesn't work out for me because for whatever reason my opponents don't attack Sunflora. And I guess that's with good reason, because Sunflora, typically if somebody uses them, they're up to something. But right here I am flipping out, thinking that I brought Rapidash with me, but instead I brought Shaymin and Lopunny, and I don't know which one I absolutely wanted to bring along. I think I wanted to bring along Shaymin because I don't use it a lot in these battles. It's the second least used next to Castform, of course. But I can never figure out a good time to use either Shaymin or Castform versus the other four members of this team. But I decided to bring out Lopunny here because he at least has a priority move, and that'll help me in this round.
However, this battle is just getting started.
And right here, with Fake Out, I didn't know which one to fake out. Mewtwo and Typhlosion, either way, I feel like it would have worked, maybe. I would like to hear your opinions. Which one would you guys have faked out here? I go back and forth, and I even decide to, while I'm selecting Sunflora's moves, I decide to back out of him as well and go back to Lopunny and change my fake out target to Mewtwo instead of Typhlosion. Even though fake out would have taken Typhlosion out immediately, so would an attack from Sunflora, and I figured here that not being attacked at all by Mewtwo would be better than bringing it down to 1 HP. Since I'm already one Pokemon down, it would benefit me more, I think, to immobilize Mewtwo for one turn and not risk Lopunny losing a lot of health and Sunflora being knocked out. Because then I'd be stuck with just 2 Pokemon against all 4, and that would not be good for me.
Solid hit. Seared by solar beam.
So good. Typhlosion really, if this person was thinking that Eruption would do a lot of damage, then Typhlosion probably wouldn't have been a big threat. You know, until, of course, Mirko realized that Eruption wasn't doing jack squat to any of my Pokemon. But it was a good thing, I think, to have Sunflora around for Lugia, because it is definitely the biggest defensive threat that has shown up so far and was on the team, period. Or my opponent's team, rather. So I can endeavor it and bring it down to 1 HP, but I know that I'm still going to have to play catch up here, because I have a strong feeling that Sunflora is going out no matter what this round, which sucks. Because I like using Sunflora and I like using him in this way, and it's just kind of cool to see Sunflora kicking butt. I don't know about you, but I like this Endeavor strategy. It's pretty cool.
A fierce blow. Lugia barely holds on.
So yeah, that is a good way to take Lugia down to 1 HP. This Mewtwo has Focus Blast, which is really interesting. I'm used to seeing Aura Sphere on Mewtwo, and I'm definitely not used to seeing Earthquake on Lugia. I was expecting something like, you know, Psychic or Aeroblast, or one of the water moves that I know it can learn. I think it can learn Hydro Pump. But definitely not Earthquake. That's different move for sure on Lugia. I'm not used to that. So now I'm down to Shaymin, cute little Shaymin with its cute little cry, and Lopunny, and I know that because Lopunny is so slow compared to everything else, I'm worried about Shaymin being by itself. Mostly because I'm thinking with the grass types on my team, Mirko decided to bring along Honchkrow, which could take Shaymin out really quickly. On top of that, I know I'm going to take Lugia out. Lugia is definitely the biggest threat right now, but with Mewtwo on the field, it attacking Shaymin along with Honchkrow would absolutely 100% take me out. The only Pokemon that I knew I wouldn't see was Sceptile, and that's because this team typically scares away the grass types because of, I guess, Rapidash and the 2 grass types on my team. A Pokemon like Sceptile wouldn't be the best idea. Maybe a grass poison like Roserade or something, but definitely not Sceptile.
Mewtwo starts to attack. Hit by Psychic. It went down.
So now that Lopunny and Lugia are down, the only thing left to see is who Mirko decided to bring for his last Pokemon. And as I've already said, I'm really crossing my fingers right now that it's not Honchkrow. And it's not. Phew. So now I figure I have a chance. I know Mewtwo's faster than Shaymin, so I'm gonna have to take out Mewtwo first, regardless, and then see what Blastoise does. I'm expecting like a Psychic and Ice Beam combo, but you know, we'll see what happens, and hopefully whatever does happen, Shaymin will survive it. And that is definitely one move that I was not expecting to see. Poison Jab is not a common move on Mewtwo, but it did do a lot of damage. You know, enough to bring Shaymin down a good bit. But then I see Bite, and I realize Mirko hasn't invested so much in the movesets of his Pokemon, which of course benefits me, but he's been playing pretty well with the movesets that he had. Either that or I'm just completely out of practice, which is true, but I think Mirko has the right idea for sure. Bite just isn't one of those ideas. So overall, I wouldn't call Mirko like a rookie or anything like that, but it was definitely fortunate that some of his moves were questionable, and it eased the pain of having to deal with Ubers in this match. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this first match of the marathon and have also enjoyed me narrating, and I will see y'all next time.